I don't even know where to begin. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a story time, okay? If my nostril, if I don't sound like myself, guys, I have been sick. I've been sick, so forgive me. But I wanted to do a quick story time because I wanna get your opinion on this, okay? So this is a story time about a friend of mine, okay? So basically, I'm going to take you back, and then I just want to let me know if you believe this was a friend or like a frenemy type of situation. So basically, a couple of years ago, I used to do part-time. I used to work on the weekends. So I joined this company just to get like extra money in, weekend job kind of thing. So I started to start lunching with this lady. We started lunching together because she really took to me. I'm the kind of person where when people first meet me, they always think, "Ooh, why she look like that?" Like they always think that I'm not friendly. They always kind of think like, "Ooh, is she really nice?" Or I don't know how to approach her. But once you get to know me, you realize that I don't mean no harm. Like I'm fine. Like I'm cool with you. So she kind of started we started to kind of like, when you start in a new workplace, you kind of assess how everybody is, and then you kind of find your feet with your own tribe, the people that you get on with, or you have things in common with, that you may start lunching together, not really going anywhere, just in the canteen. We'll be like, okay, what time are you going on your break? Me too. And then we'll do that. So we started to build this co-work friendship up and kind of start sharing a bit more about our personal lives. So I decided, like, obviously I shared with my colleague that I'll be relocating, so I'll be leaving, so I'm gonna move up north, and I'm gonna see if there is any position up north, and just I don't want to give up the weekend work because it was kind of like a really, really cushy job. The commission, the pay, it was great, so I didn't want to quit. And I just thought, instead of me quitting, let me just relocate and still see if there is a position in another branch, because it was a retail job at the time. So then, during our lunch break meeting, this person, we're gonna name her, what should we name her? We're gonna name her Bubbles. So Bubbles would ask me questions about, where I'm moving to, how's the local area, the environment, like how's the houses up there. And then Bubbles shared with me that, she's looking to buy a house, because once she started to ask me questions, I was like, Bubbles, like, you're asking me a lot of questions about, property, and because I work in the property sector as well. So I was like, Bubbles, like, you asking me a lot of questions, like, are you looking to move or buy a house? Then Bubbles was always a bit hesitant to really share about her private life, which is fine. Listen, if you don't want to share your private life with your work colleagues, I'm not going to be the one to force it out of you. I will allow you to share with me. But Bubbles would often kind of like always ask me questions, but never really sharing too much about herself. So I was like, it's fine. People are different. Sometimes it takes others a bit of time to warm up. Just to give you guys a bit of context, so obviously you guys know me, I'm a black woman, and Bubbles is a white woman, okay? I don't have a problem with race. I mingle with everybody. So Bubble is from Moldova and speaks Russian, so she's from that part of Europe, okay? But she's been living in the UK for some time now, so that's Bubbles for you. I don't have a problem with race, gender, color, whatever. I get on with most people as long as you don't annoy me. I mean, you were cool. So then I leave work, I move away, and I start my new position. So me and Bubbles, at this point, we exchange numbers, so we kind of keep in contact here and there. So Bubbles tells me like, oh, I'm looking to move up north, and I'm like, okay. Bubbles starts to tell me like she looking to move up north, and then she wants me to put in a good word for her with the manager because she's applied for the position where I am. I'm like, great. So at this point, I'm excited because I'm like, great, Bubbles is moving up north. She's buying she's buying a house, and we're gonna be cool again. But at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, with during all our lunchtime speeches and connection, you really never emphasized the fact that you was one already looking for a place, already bought a place. None of that, because when you're looking to buy a house in the UK, it's a process that can take anything from 3 months to 6 months, and there's a lot of litigation, solicitors, there's a lot of things that happen. You would have needed to go up view places, and there would have been a lot going on before you make your final decision and say, I'm moving into that property. So at the back of my mind, I already had a question mark, because I was like, Bubbles never mentioned to me that she's definitely in the process and she's at the final end of the process of buying a house. She mentioned things here and there, but not really like let me know, like, by the way, I'm also moving where you're living, rather than asking me backhanded questions. So I'm like, okay, no worries. So then Bubbles applies for the manager's job. Bubbles applies for the job, and then the manager comes to me and says, oh, by the way, do you know Bubbles? So now I'm putting a good word for Bubbles. I'm like, yeah, Bubbles is great, she's going to fit great, all this, and I'm putting a really, really good word in for Bubbles. A couple of months down the line, Bubbles moves in. I'm like, great, me and Bubbles, we're back together. So we start kind of getting on with life, lunching together, and being like back to our usual selves. And then Bubbles invites me to her new home, because obviously at this point Bubbles bought her home. So then she invites me to the new home, so we get connected, we discussing things, we really sharing personal stories, and Bubble tells me she wants to have a baby, and they bought the home because she wants to start a family, but unfortunately she was having problem kind of conceiving, like a lot of us women do. We do go through a phase where we might be suffering with a condition. A lot of women are now having children later on in life. It's absolutely normal, especially if you live in the UK. There's a lot of stresses, there's a lot of costs when it comes to having kids, so you really want to make sure that you're financially secure, that you have a secure partner, because you don't want to be raising kids by yourself. It's tough out here, it's really, really tough. So then long story short, so Bubble comes now to the new location where I'm at. She's bought a house, we back working together, and we're back cool again. So I'm like, cool, I don't think nothing of it, because at the end of the day, I don't have control over your life, where you live, how you move. That's on you. But then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you've done all these moves, but not really sharing with me. But you're coming across to me like you're trying to be my friend kind of thing. Because it's not me saying, Bubbles, let's go for lunch, or Bubbles, let's do this, or Bubbles, let's do that. It's a two-way system, And Bubbles, we're getting on. I'm not taking nothing serious. She invites me to her home. We talk, we share everything. I move away again because I'm always moving. I'm always up and down. So I move away. So then I end up kind of like leaving the company. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I've done what I needed to do, and I'm just going to leave the business because it's no longer serving me. I'm no longer serving my purpose, so it's time for me to leave. So I leave the business. So when I left the business, my understanding was me and Bubbles, we're going to keep in contact, we're going to be friends, like we're going to message, see each other, catch up. And I know that Bubbles' desire is to, one day have a family. So I was really encouraging Bubbles, like, Bubbles, don't give up. Whatever the doctors have told you, like, don't think that you can't have a family. Like, really, really saying to Bubbles, like, Bubbles, you're going to have your family. Just believe that you can. So obviously I move away now. Months are going by. Here and there I would WhatsApp Bubble, I would message Bubble and be like, hey friend, how's it going, friend? What's up, friend? We're gonna catch up, friend. Hey friend, you know how you have a long distance friendship, you don't ever need to see each other, but there's love and there's respect there. One time now I'm like, okay Bubbles, I'm gonna be around town and I'll pop in the shop and then I'll come and see you. So I go in the store now. This was the shocker for me. Let me know how you would react to this. So I decided to tell Bubble, I'm going to come and see you on this weekend because I'm going to be in the area. I'm just going to be shopping with the fam. So I'm there with the fam and everything. So we're shopping. So we pop into the store. I see Bubbles now. Bubbles is looking like this. Bubble looks like she's about to pop. Bubbles is like 8 months, nearly 9 months pregnant. I was like, The shock that I had, I couldn't even express my shock. Because I'm like, all them mums are messaging Bubbles. I'm texting Bubbles. I'm thinking, me and Bubbles really had like a friendship. Like, you don't invite me to your house. You don't come to my house. You don't met my family. You don't been around me. We've done help and support each other. I don't move. And then you couldn't even tell me, not by phone call, not by message, not by video, to say, by the way, I'm having a baby. And you call me your friend. Like, I don't understand some people. So I walk into that shop and I see Bubble like, pew! Like, she's looking like she's about to pop. Like, the baby's about to go down. Like, the baby's about to come out. So obviously, I'm greeting everybody because they're all still my old work colleagues. So I'm just like, hey guys, but they must have seen the shock in my eyes. Because they're like, yo, you didn't know? And I'm like, no, I didn't know. And then they're obviously shocked. Like, how can you not tell? That was your girl. Like, that was your girl. And then they're like, yeah. So as people are talking, they're obviously like, yeah, Bubbles, she's about to be on maternity next week. I'm like, hey, listen, people. One thing, I never begged no friends. I don't beg friends. But let me know how you would react to someone, your co-worker, your colleague that's been around you, been to your family, seen your family, you've been to their house, you've talked, you had like, I believe we had conversation that would lead Bubbles to trust in me, to say, by the way, I'm pregnant finally, by God's grace. He's blessed me, blessed my family, the house that I told you that I'm building for the kids, for our home, for my marriage, is all materializing because now the baby's coming. I just don't understand. And then obviously I'm like, you know what, everybody has the right to choose how they want to deliver information to people. Like, you ain't gonna tell me, that's fine. So I kind of let that slide. I let it slide because I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you don't have to tell me at this point. Like, you really don't have to tell me. So then I'm like, okay, so me and Bubbles, we catch up. I'm like, trying to find out what's going on. Like, I've missed everything. So we're catching up. We're cool. So I leave Bubbles alone to finish her shift. Just let it be, because it's not by force that people must tell you their business. It's not by force. But at this point, I'm like, this friendship, for me, that's not a friendship, because there is no co-work, there is just no friendship for me at this point. But I'm like, okay, cool, let me just kind of like, and at that time it was kind of like around the Christmas period as well. So then I'm like, okay, let me continue to kind of do me, like, I don't have any issues with you, so I'm still gonna message you, see how you're getting on. So then Bubbles, let me know when the baby comes, when you give birth. Let me know, because listen, I want to come and show my love. I want to come and show my support, because at the end of the day, children, they're a blessing. So I want to be able to come and bless you somewhere, somehow, with a gift. So I tell Bubbles, I say, Bubbles, listen, let me know when the baby will be here so I can come and bless you somehow, okay? So then couple of weeks go by. I'm like, Bubbles, the baby here. A month go by. Bubbles, is the baby here? 2 months go by. Is the baby here? 3 months. I'm like, hey, every time I message Bubbles to say, how far now? Is the baby here? Bubbles will say to me, not yet. I'm thinking, last time I physically saw you, you was literally popping, and the work colleague says that you're on maternity leave the following week. So how come now, 3 months later, you telling me the baby has not arrived? And I thought to myself, wow, I can't believe how people, and I thought to myself, I had to pray about it, because I had to say, let it go. I had to pray to just let it go, because you never know, because anything could have happened to the baby. I wish nothing has happened. I wish that she did have a safe delivery, that everything went well, and the baby is growing and is thriving, and so is the mum, and so is the dad. But I just wanted to come and share this story, because like, people will smile at your face. People will come into your home. They will invite you, do the most for you, with you, but they have no intention. They have zero tolerance of ever being your friend. And to be honest, it's nothing that you've done personally. It's just the dirtiness of that person's character. And I had to come to that conclusion and said, you know what? It is not me. I don't know if Bubbles' issue is. I don't know what Bubbles felt like she couldn't disclose her pregnancy with me from the beginning, or even let me know what's happened thereafter. I don't know, but I just felt like I felt so betrayed, but I wasn't surprised, because people will betray you in so many different ways. It's crazy. But yeah, let me know how you would react if you discovered that your work colleague, somebody that you were building a friendship with outside of work, decided not to tell you about their pregnancy and them giving birth thereafter, and kind of like just didn't tell you. Let me know. At this point, I wish Bubbles all the best, but guys, like, watch out for people. It's always people that try to get close to you that are wicked. Glad that friendship is dead in the water, and I wish Bubbles nothing but the best. But guys, definitely watch out for people, because people are really, really wicked. Like, I don't understand how you can genuinely try and be friend with someone, come into their lives, be cool with them, and then just be like so wicked, like so, like, oh, I don't, it could never be me. Like, if I don't like you, I'm gonna say, listen, I don't like you, I don't know, I'm not gonna bring you into my world and then disregard you like nothing, because I don't even understand. Like, it just can't be me. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this story time. If you are new, make sure you like the video. If you're returning, like the video, and share me out. Share. Guys, thank you so much. Let me know, how would you react to that? Like, I don't even know, but I had to pray about it, and I just had to let it go, because one thing for me is I don't like to hold anything in my heart. Like, I keep it moving, but if I'm kind to you, then I'm kind to you. It's not for any other benefit. Hope you have enjoyed the story time, and yeah, let me know your opinion. What would you do in this scenario? Was I wrong for having expectation that Bubbles should have told me? Am I wrong for having those expectations, or did Bubbles do the right thing by just not letting me know anything because that's her right? But let me know in the comment section. I hope you've enjoyed the story time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.